Moses and martial arts, tactical leadership, mind in the wilderness. Moses, a central figure in biblical history, was more than a prophet. He was a tactician, negotiator, and leader of a massive, untrained group through hostile terrain and relentless opposition. In martial arts, we admire the practitioner who doesn't just fight hard, but fights smart, reading the terrain, adjusting tactics, and leading under pressure. Moses exemplifies this kind of tactical leadership. 1. The wilderness as the arena. The desert wasn't just a geographical challenge. It was a mental and strategic battlefield. Moses had to manage resources, morale, and discipline, all while moving a nation through uncertain terrain. This mirrors the chaotic flow of combat, where a fighter must adapt, conserve energy, and lead themselves and others toward victory. In martial arts, the mat is a constantly shifting environment. A skilled martial artist must navigate unpredictability, just as Moses did in the wilderness. 2. Reading the enemy. Pharaoh to Amalek. Moses repeatedly faced adversaries, from Pharaoh's army to desert tribes like Amalek. He adjusted his approach each time: diplomacy, divine plagues, or delegation. He knew when to act, when to wait, and when to let others take the front line. In martial arts, this is akin to studying your opponent's style. Do you engage directly, counter, or let them overextend? Moses' decisions teach us to read the fight and choose the right moment. 3. The battle with Amalek. Strategic delegation. When Amalek attacked, Moses didn't step onto the battlefield himself. He empowered Joshua and others, but his raised hands influenced the outcome. This iconic scene shows the value of leadership in combat, not always fighting with fists, but guiding with vision and strategy. In martial arts, this is the coach in your corner, or the black belt who steps back to let the team grow. Leadership is not ego, it's about knowing your role in the bigger fight. 4. Law and discipline. The mental foundation. At Sinai, Moses brought structure, the commandments, a moral and communal code. Martial arts also demand discipline and a code of conduct. The warrior isn't just trained in technique, but in character. In martial arts, this is the dojo kun, the belt system, the respect for the art. Moses laid the foundation for a disciplined people, just like a good teacher builds a disciplined martial culture. Conclusion: Moses, the tactical warrior. Moses was not a warrior in the traditional sense, but his leadership was deeply martial, strategic, adaptive, disciplined, and inspiring. Like a master on the mat, he taught that victory is not just about strength, but about vision, timing, and the courage to lead through chaos. If you see the warrior in Moses, imagine what other leaders, philosophers, and prophets can teach us about the martial path. Like, subscribe, and share the martial labs, where we train the body and fuel the mind.